And welcome to another grand episode of Dots and Lines. This is where me and some of my closest friends in the world come to talk about anime, comics, and everything in between. So please, gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
It's your boy, me, Connell. I do all the things with all the stuff. Your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man.
Hello, friend. It's Mr. Sniffles, Digger Des. His name is Desmond.
And I'm Grayson Red, a big old nerd with mad things to talk about today. We have been having a ball with this show. We are barreling towards 52. For all the DC fans, if you know, you know. That means that we are just 10 episodes away from being a year in. We're going to plan on doing something special for then, but.
Not now.
Yeah, not now. But I just want to say, before we really get this show started, because we're going to be rocking and rolling, this has been so fun so far.
Oh.
It's been really fun.
It has, yes. I enjoy this.
I get very excited leading up to the show.
And all of it, man. I was quick backstory. I was unemployed for quite some time before this. It brought back all the things in me that I liked when I was not like in that position. I'm drawing again. Like I'm on my second and third like sketch book in there now. Got the iPad. You see I'm doing the edits for the social media. Like this is I love it.
Yeah, getting to talk about this stuff is my favorite thing to do with my favorite people. So, whole lot of gangish.
Yeah, and you guys are. So, Gachiakuta. Man. Let's talk about this because it was really fun. I thought this episode highlighted so much of what I like about the show. In particular, that we actually kind of we feel stakes the entire time. When Charlie came back with her hair on go, I was concerned. We all watched the episode, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm pulling up a picture now. Tell me, how'd y'all feel about this episode?
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
We got to see a little clip of dude who wouldn't fight Engine, and he disassociates as well. So someone is going to take over his mindset, and it's him. Mr. High, I think he called him. So don't know where that's leading to, but I'm sure he's got some type of broken ability because they didn't showcase him at all during this whole Raiders versus Cleaners thing, so that had to have been for a reason. Yeah. And
plus,
we got the kaiju.
They all have broken abilities. Like everybody's ability in the show is broken to some degree.
Yeah.
Even like Shorty with the Glock, like still. But the fact that like the one chick that the creator said smells like a wet blanket can just turn into a kaiju at will.
That was dope. I thought that was an awesome reveal.
What? So cool. What do you mean?
But no, I also wanted to say, Rudo kind of coming to the realization that like, yo, this was a person's vital instrument. What is it doing here? It's like every episode, it kind of reveals more and more how dark this world is. And, Rudo's clearly our point of view character. So we're experiencing it through him.
But what's it called? The redhead chick already discovered that.
Yeah, but seeing Rudo's reaction to it, even though it was very subtle, it made me go like, "Damn, this is still a kid just trying to figure out everything going on in the world. It is spooky. It's scary."
Oh no! Wait, was it Zoldier, whatever his name is? Was that his original vital instrument?
I don't know
if it's the original, but he definitely used it to try to make the additional Watchmen series. Speaking of Watchmen series, man. Crossing the border and seeing the symbol within Nord's eyes, the hair chick, like, yeah, that was scary. Like, and I thought the going pitch black in the scene was just visual for her, but no, like even Ruta was like, did everything just go black?
Go
Like
black.
that thing in the middle of like the sky is basically granting access and like giving judgment. It felt like it was some trippy shit.
She saw
It was
God. She saw
basically
God, and then God erased her. She got
Yeah.
erased. She no longer exists.
That was very concerning. I'm not gonna lie, brother. If I am 50,000, 50 whatever, if I'm as high in an airplane and I see a giant kaiju putting its hand out towards me that I wasn't able to see it at the ground, I'm going to pray that I die quick.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna ask for.
Especially because it's like the border is so this big mysterious thing, and then you find out there's like the actual watchman is in between the border between the top and the bottom.
Crazy work.
It just raises more questions of like the why.
Yeah. Crazy work. And I want that mystery. I know they will, but I want that mystery figured out, because what do you mean there's just this giant beast in the middle of the sky granting people access to and fro the middle? What?
Is there like 3 episodes left? 2?
There's only one, right?
Nah, I thought it was 24 or 5. Right now we're on 20. It's about to be 23 this Sunday.
Oh, okay. So
as
2 or
of the
3 maybe.
recording of this episode, yeah.
Yeah, it might almost be over.
I'm excited. This has been a great season. Core.
Honestly, out of the new gen for this season, this is bar none my favorite.
I get that. I respect that. But there is one anime that's stopping it from being number 1.
I was trying to figure out what all would categorize in that newer gen.
Just stuff to come out this season.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
Never mind. I forgot. MHA. That's facts, though.
I mean, it's still epilogue.
I don't give a. They can suck my dick. I love this ending. I don't give a goddamn. I fucking love everything about this. Like, it's so cool to be online. It's so cool to have like long-term memory and seeing these same accounts that were shitting on MHA talk about how great this ending is so far and how, wow, they're really wrapping up story beats. Suck a dick. I'm glad you came around, but I've been here the whole time. Okay.
I mean, it's different. It's different when you see it, though. It's different when you see it versus when you read it.
For sure, it can invoke different emotions. I had those emotions evoked, a long time ago reading my boy Deku. Bro, this episode does more of wrapping up the threads with Spinner in particular. As you can see on the screen, bro is in shambles because his hero is dead. You know, which is a fate that Deku can sympathize with, because he was like, yo, all mine almost died on me like twice. I was scared shitless. I get it. I'm consoling for you. Sorry I had to catch that body. Yeah. Nigga need to go.
But it also speaks to like the themes of the show, where Shigaraki was effectively the greatest of the villains, whereas Deku was effectively the greatest of the heroes within that moment.
Yeah.
So it kind of circles back to that theme of like, and now we're left with the remnants of their fight.
Yeah, which is a lot of people hurting.
Yeah. I mean, Deku didn't have to, fulfill the wishes of Shigaraki. He didn't have to pull up on Spinner. And Spinner was just like, oh, you're trying to throw salt in the wound. He's like, nah, I'm just doing what I was told to do. Like, when I ended it all, like, I'm just fulfilling that mission. Like I did with One For All's mission. Now I'm fulfilling Decay's mission. Like, now I'm letting you know that you need to write that comic book, that manga. You need to be a hard A Wednesday warrior. Let the world know about this story, about this nuke that is Tomura Shigaraki. So
it was indeed a nuke.
Yeah, and I like how they did this and then transitioned to overhaul, and because we got him talking to his boss, Gramps, whatever he wanted to call him, and that story wrap up, even though it was only brief. But if you remember, the whole part of spreading. I don't want to say like for the cause, but that all came from Overhaul and their leader, and they had a book on them. I forgot what the book was called in My Hero, but like
Yeah.
that's why that scene came right after the Deku pulling up on Spinner thing. It's like the power of like the media and just like because even the whole One for All and one All for One, like they were reading the comics. Like in the last punch that you see the Demon Lord getting punched out by the hero, and they show Deku right after. Like this all is part of the story.
Yeah, the parallels in this story run deep, and they always have. Horikoshi did an incredible job at mirroring each of their journeys, you know, whether it be Deku with Shigaraki or the All for One versus original One for All. Like, you see so many of them mirroring each other, and how one decision or one person helping another person can change an entire lifespan. And I also want to point out, you know how I was kind of upset that they didn't show that boy with the weird destruction miss powers at the end of this episode. He gets shown a little bit. I'm like, thank you, because that's such an important part of the story that I'm not going to dig too far into, but we'll talk about it in the next episode. It is very
the
important.
last episode.
The last episode.
Maybe. The thing I don't, well, not the thing I don't, the thing that I like that they didn't do is they didn't do the Naruto route where it was like, they're the children of destiny and they were always destined to have this fight. It was like, nah, they are the children of circumstance.
Yeah.
Only reason Deku got the power and was able to use the power the way that he was is because he was quirkless, but he was just brave as shit. The only reason Shigaraki got the power that he got is because All for One is just a dickhead and wanted to torture the previous use. Like, that's it. That's the only reason he got it. He didn't want him because he was special or super. He was like, nah, oh, you're related to them? I'm just going to make you murder everybody that you love and then adopt you and make you think that I'm your actual like father and I care about you, when in all actuality, I'm doing this just to get my get back.
Hit him with the bars, Phil. Hit him with the bars.
But like, just the thematic storytelling of it is how they took a trope and then made it different.
Yeah, dog. I love it. Turning things around on his head. You can't tell me shit about Deku. That's my dog.
Yeah.
Speaking of circumstance, we even get the Toga aftermath with Uraraka, the girl who loves to see people smile. Like this girl is going through it. She said the cameras were not on us when this was happening. The world don't know. They still think she's just some type of villain, which she is.
She is. No, she killed a lot of people.
She murdered a lot of people. She was a serial killer.
She was a villain under circumstance. So you see, she wasn't a child of prophet. She was a villain of circumstance.
Nah. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Not
Jeffrey Dahmer in these streets, dog.
Nah, we gonna talk about the real Jeffrey Dahmer with Jack. What's his last name? Yeah. We're gonna talk about that part, but nah.
Good old Grimm.
Yeah.
We'll get to that soon. I also loved the fact that she experienced some trauma related to someone and then that person died, because in real life, if it doesn't matter whether you hate a person or not, if you identify with a person and you watch them die, it will fuck with you. That's something we don't explore enough in fiction, you know. Yeah. I like that a lot, and I like the fact that Horikoshi had the sense to do that. Many mangaka could never.
That is true. A lot of people died at the end of the day. They either died or they lost their powers. Because even like at the end of Naruto, everybody is still virtually okay, except for like Guy Sensei, but everybody is still okay.
They walk away fine. Neji died, but like, fun fact, Kishimoto didn't want Neji to live during the Sasuke retrieval arc. All them niggas were supposed to die. Neji was supposed to die. Kiba was supposed to die. I think the only niggas that were supposed to make it out there was Shikamaru and Choji.
It actually would have been better for the story if they had died.
Yeah, Rock Lee was supposed to die, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and the editors were like, no, these characters are too popular, and Kishimoto was like, okay, sure, I'm just not going to use them.
So then he wrote them out the story, which is almost worse than death.
Well, yeah, because he had no I mean, the nigga didn't need to do anything else with them. They served their purpose.
Gary died actually. That's
Gary did
something
die.
they just little flash skimmed over with this episode. I mean, they visited the gravesite, but in the battle with the last smash, like his last moment of like teleporting, Deku out the way with Bakugo coming in for the save. You didn't see like wow, that would have made him die, but it's just the fact that he's a Nomu and he was already dead to begin with.
Bakugo killed him.
Yeah, he definitely killed him.
Bakugo evaporated him. He
exploded the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I will say it actually makes a lot of sense that he did die because Bakugo's explosions only got more ferocious, and he made a direct blast on his neck as he was materializing.
Me personally, I don't think that's what killed him.
No,
because Bakugo would have was way more bodies if that was the case.
Yeah, Bakugo killed that guy because he got in Deku's way and Bakugo exploded him. He wasn't dead prior to that. He was alive.
Yeah,
yes, he was. He was a Nomu. He's already
but his body, the body. Yeah, he was a Nomu, but his body was resurrected for the purpose of being a Nomu, and he was still a functioning being.
Yeah, and he still had consciousness. That's how he was able to teleport all the heroes because his hero self was still in there. He was still in there.
Yeah.
Bakugo killed him.
What else killed him though? What else could have killed him?
Desmond, he evaporated. He's gone.
Nah, fam. That's
if
not how.
Dig up that grave is empty. There's nothing.
Yeah, man. Because he was already in peril from when they had to get the hero part out of him. Like Kirigori wasn't walking around when they discovered that the non-Nomu part, like the high middle school little kid was alive in there. Like Aizawa and President Mike were talking to him in the Dabi type state. Like he was not functioning prior to.
No,
okay,
he was
no. So I'll clarify. So they exploded his body. His body no longer exists. Nomu or otherwise is dust, is particles. He's gone.
I mean, I
go exploded him.
Just not interpreting it that way. I'll see if there is any more like lore with it because they got a whole bunch of like information books or like just all that other stuff. Like Bakugo is not the only one in this series that caught a body straight just off one shot like that in that moment like that. Like that.
He tried to kill
I'm not taking that shit.
He was going to murder All For One. If he had enough power to do it, he would have killed All For
One.
All of those people were regenerated. I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying that like to get out of the way so Deku can do the thing. That Bakugo, great murder explosion. Yeah, like murder is his name, but he didn't just say. I don't know.
Desmond, since he came back, he was on demon time when he was flying through legit, and he was clapping All For One. Even his baby form, he would have
exploded him.
Yes,
he would have murdered a baby. 100%.
He knew it was at stake. He was like, "Yo, it's all. This is it. There's nothing else after this."
The only reason he exploded the baby is because the baby evaporated before he hit.
And also he didn't know what's his name was up there. Because he flew from miles away, remember? Yeah. He didn't know that the dude was up there yet. He just literally launched his body to help Deku, and he's gonna hit All For One if the dude didn't teleport right in front of him.
In front of Deku, yeah.
But the dude teleported in front of him and caught the blast.
This is a good conversation. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to discuss it more. We have other shit we have to talk about.
Yeah, okay.
But I do. I'm surprised I feel like that, but that's a cool
I watched the dub, and this shit was emotional. I didn't even then.
I love the dub.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like. but yeah, we do have another one to talk about.
Turn that nigga to glitter. All right.
Speaking of a whole bunch of murder, Jujutsu Kaisen was awesome. Y'all heard me. Jujutsu Kaisen Execution was really good. I will say, I'll have this in post edit. There was a lot of recap, like the first whole 15 minutes, which I love because like I genuinely loved season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. But for a fan who maybe came there expecting something else, I can see how that would be annoying.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know, that's like I think the first 10 chapters post Shibuya incident, something like that. And it does a real good job of showing Yuta being a badass. Does an even more incredible job of showing how hopeless Yuji's life is right now. Things ain't looking good for my dog. It's pretty sad. The only thing he's doing all day is waking up, talking to his dead half-brother, kind of, and murdering curses. That's all he's doing. And I thought this did a really good job of showing how he got so much better at battle and being a Jujutsu sorcerer, because that's all he's doing all day, basically, to deal with his grief. He's in Shibuya just killing curses. All different curses, little curses, big curses, giant curses, shape-shifting curses. Like, at one point in time, Choso says, like, you're like a warrior, a god, like a warrior of gods or something, or a god's warrior. Like, you are ridiculously good at killing things now, which is concerning.
But it makes sense though for Yuji's character, where he's trying to like, he's not reconcile, but he's trying to redeem himself for what Sukuna did in Shibuya.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
He just disintegrated a bunch of people, so he's trying to make sense of that.
And they go over that scene again, man. It's. I mean, it was dark when I watched it, but like seeing Sukuna's face while he's literally nuking the field for like a minute straight is harsh. And then Yuji literally ripping out his fingers and his nails because he can't live with the agony of what's going on.
Yeah.
When you think about the recap, you know what's crazy, Phil? Let's talk about this. I gotta give it up to you.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about the MHA original war versus Shibuya incident, because it was happening at the same time. And I was like, I love the war more. He was like, over Shibuya incident? And I was like, yes. Might be recency bias. I still feel like I love the hero arc more, but I think that the Shibuya incident is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's just personal bias. I'm such a hero guy and superheroes, blah, blah, blah. But the Shibuya incident did just hit you with gut punch after gut punch after gut punch. It was insane. I probably haven't read anything like that in modern manga. It's better. It's better.
Yeah, it was for sure. It's for sure different than anything that we've gotten, because it wasn't a straight like tournament arc per se, but it was the culmination of like 5 different storylines.
Yeah.
And a movie that was supposed to be the first chapter that turned out that got scrapped, and then he still turned into the first chapter, which still gave us the build up for this. So it's like it's a very meta fight. And then on top of that, just having the inner demon trope be flipped on its head, where like Sukuna's not here to help you.
No, that nigga's a demon for real.
He's a demon for real. Like in every sense of the word, he's a demon. All right, who's worse, him or All for One? Who's the bigger crash out? Sukuna or All for One?
Here's the thing. It's hard because they talk about Sukuna like he was a demon lord, but like that nigga All for One ruled Japan. Like all of it. All of it. You know?
Yeah.
Niggas literally, like, there was like people that worshipped Sukuna. So Sukuna was in some people's good graces. It feels like All for One hated everyone.
Came out the womb, generational hate.
Everyone. So that's a tough one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have a better chance of surviving if I ever ran into All for One.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because he just steal your cork and he might kill you if he feels like it.
He might, if he gives a shit about you enough. But if you come across Sukuna, you just detest the fact that you're in front of.
Yeah, he might in half. Yeah. But I do feel like with that fight and everything that came after that fight, not only is it great character work for Yuji, showing him maturing from naive, I don't know what's going on, to I gotta redeem myself. By all means, I have to redeem myself because I have no one left.
Yeah. And he's wearing the literal scars of battle in front of him.
Yeah.
Like his eyes fucked up. He still has his mouth got. I thought they were gonna, after he got like healed up or anything, that was gonna come back. And no, it does not. Like he has to live with that for the rest of his life. The Shibuya incident scarred that young man.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept that because in most shonen they just would have like
The
magic.
scars disappear.
Yeah, RCT.
Yeah. I listen. By the way, go watch it if you can. I think it's only in theaters one more week. Everything past the first 15 minutes, it's new stuff, and you see Yuji go to work on some cursed spirits.
Anime
You
is
see him go crazy.
dominating the box office right now. Just
Anime's pretty good.
yeah, anime's had a great run. It's a great time to be an anime fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
Shout out to all the hard days.
Go watch the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. It's really good. And Tengen is a character we'll talk about later on.
yeah, I have been reading the new JJK manga, and I'm just kind of like,
Oh, Modulo.
I'm just okay. It's
I'm
okay.
behind.
It's okay. It's not what I asked for, and it's certainly not what I wanted.
Well, I'll tell you something I know you wanted.
Yes.
It's time.
In the worst kind of ways, yes.
It's time. It's time.
Even though this is technically the mid card right now, for the main
event.
Boy, would Jabber say I can only get so erect?
I can only get so erect. We are talking about Absolute Batman issue 15. The origin of this universe's Joker. The Absolute Joker gets its backstory, and my goodness, it's as horrific as I could have ever hoped for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna glaze for a while. So I'm gonna put a hard 2-minute cap. Scott Snyder is the GOAT. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever doubt him. Don't ever. Generational run. Listen, if y'all read New 52, then y'all know that he was playing with this idea that Joker's been in Gotham forever, that he was the Pale Man, that he was actually moving all the needles and blah, 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 blah. The worst part of Gotham was essentially just Joker forever. He upped the ante with this because in the Endgame story they had over there, it was just like, well, that didn't actually happen. No. It happened here. It happened here. The Joker is not just some rich asshole, because that's already terrifying enough. He's a rich asshole who's been here forever. He was originally like just some kid with a clown face that was running around, juggling and getting money from people. But it turns out that he wasn't just juggling and making money for people. First off, that's terrifying. He was literally using nitrous oxide and a whole bunch of laughing gas from dentists so that way he could make them give him the money. And he was using so much in a weird concocted version of it that these people would die shortly after his performances. But it didn't stop there. He went on to invest into media, into computer chips, into basically everything we know as entertainment. And then he also invested and did philanthropy work for orphans. But you want to know why he did that? Do you guys want to know why he did that? So he could use the babies. He could use the orphans to feed his own weird life force. So he could live forever and keep doing this shit in perpetuity. And let's not forget that he can just become whatever the fuck this thing is. What?
Just the sheer level of nightmare fuel.
Listen, guys. I love this book. I want to get more into the book, but I said 2 minutes. I almost went 3. Go ahead, take off, Bill.
So for me, what this book did, like Justin was saying before, it picked up from that old storyline that we didn't get much detail on, just kind of like hinted at it. But this is a more fulfilling tale of the Pale Man and him being little child, dosing people with nitrous oxide, and then seeing him manipulate through the ages, essentially. And then there's also a part where they said like all his business rifles just disappear, and they also mentioned that he has all these islands. He has a bunch of islands that
Why
are
the
just,
fuck would you go to that island?
and we don't know what happens on it. Now, mind you, the story is being told to Batman through the lens of Alfred, right? So we're getting a retelling of him and his investigation of Jack Grimm. That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Grimm.
Just a hard ass. His last name is Grimm. Like
Grimm.
So, and then the fact, so we're getting this retelling from Alfred's point of view of being like, this is what I think. And the whole time he's hesitant to say it because he knows it sounds batshit crazy, no pun intended. But he's still in his heart of hearts is like, this is the truth. This dude is a sicko in the worst kind of way because he has all these islands. Don't go to the island. And what he's doing on the islands, like he hunts people for sport. And then that's when we get the panel of him that face. The dude sees him and he's like, oh, thank God, I haven't seen another person in 30 fucking years. Oh no, it's that immediate, like, what do you mean? He's just been on an island by himself for like 30 fucking years surviving.
Do you know how sick of a nigga you gotta be to see your op and know you can kill your op and say, actually, I'd like you to suffer. Put him on a remote island for God knows how long, just to on a random Tuesday be like, it's time to hunt him down.
He's basically like dry aging people.
Yeah.
For no reason other than just like shits and gigs, because he doesn't have to do this. He just does this. And even the thing about the orphans, what
crazy work, bro. Crazy.
Yo. And then they also mentioned the Arc M stuff. So the Arc M that's in Gotham is not the only one. Facilities all over the world. So we haven't even seen the full gambit of rogues. This is just kind of touching on it.
We still got an arc A through L that we have to get through.
And I touched that nigga. Shout out to Ray J, man.
Shout out to Ray J.
Listen, Scott Snyder is the GOAT because he is not afraid to go there. I remember there was a conversation that he was having on Twitter years and years ago. You know how, like, in the original, for those of you guys who don't know, in the original Killing Joke, the Joker sexually assaults Barbara Gordon.
Yes.
And they take that out for obvious reasons. There's a conversation about how Joker shouldn't do certain things because, like, they just don't want to see one of their favorite characters do that. Scott Snyder on Twitter said the Joker is deplorable and he should be able to do anything bad to humans because he is supposed to be that type of character.
Yeah, he's the antithesis of that literal opposite of Batman. Yes.
And I want to get to that in a second, but that just shows how much he gets the character because he loves writing the Joker. He loves the Joker, but he understands, like, there should be no favor in my heart for Joker. Like, he's a sack of shit. He's a bad person. Just because we put him on t-shirts and teeny boppers want to pretend they're Joker and Harley Quinn doesn't mean that I should forget the fact that, like, he's evil.
Can you imagine, like every time he goes to write the Joker said just appears behind him, just like whispers in his ear, like Green Goblin was doing?
Listen, there's only two characters in fiction that make me afraid: Joker and Shigaraki. In all my time reading comic books, there's only comic books, manga, whatever. Whenever I read, there's only two characters that make me go, "That's shut." That is Joker and Shigaraki.
Fuck that. Yeah. Griffins is on that list.
Griffin's up there. See, but Griffin had a dream, though. Griffin had a purpose. I'm saying, like, Griffin had a purpose at one point, which then got distorted, and then he decided to commit the most vile act you could commit against anybody ever. Like, he was just like, nah, you know what? I'm out the gate. I'm changed. I'm a god. My name's Memento, and I kind of look like a penis. I'm going to do what I got to do. But Joker is just kind of like, I'm doing whatever I want because I can. Why? What even would make you have to make that face? He's got teeth within teeth.
I gotta say, I want to talk to you about how he's the antithesis of Batman, because in this book, it does a really good job of showing that, like, he is basically Batman from Earth Prime, just very twisted. This is the Joker, y'all. This is not Bruce Wayne. This is a picture of the Joker. And when in this universe, when you break it down, he's a billionaire that donates to causes, that's mysterious and goes away for months at a time doing whatever he does. He has his secret second life. He has a bat cave. He has a literal bat cave with a butler that he twists. Like this is where it gets obvious. He twists the clock so that way the bat cave can open up and he can go down. Like, no, this is a twisted version of what Bruce would be.
He said we weren't. He said we were going to see the Robin. Do you think he has a Robin?
Oh shit! I never thought about that. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? He has all the resources too. Why wouldn't he? He has a whole bunch of kids around him, does he not?
Yeah, the little Joker Jr. It's actually Damien.
Oh Lord! Is
That'd be
that
crazy.
or like the absolute like Todd? That would be wicked.
Oh my
God! That would be
man,
insane. That'd be insane.
That would be absolutely wicked.
Sheesh.
Listen.
Oh my God!
That's a great idea, Desmond.
Real. I hope that would be such a good like.
Damn.
Yeah. This might be the best thing I've read in a long time. And I love Mark Manhunter, Absolute Mark. I love everything about the Absolute Universe, but this, like, just the character work in this might be my favorite piece of media, aside from Dune 2, that I've ingested in a long time.
Absolute Batman is the most important comic book in the past 15 years. It is the most important. And I'll tell you why, because it's a distillation of a character of a creator putting his idea forward for the good of comics. Like when Scott Snyder and Josh Williamson did this whole all-in initiative, which is where all this sprang out from. He did a lot of interviews talking about how, like, people said comic books are dead, superheroes are dead, it's time for something else, and he was like in these comic book shops going like, no, fuck that, superheroes are cool. Comic books are cool. This is an incredible medium that we have, and I'm gonna go all in, pun intended, to make sure you guys see that. All right, we're gonna use all the mistakes of the past and all the good decisions that we've also made, and we're gonna combine them, and we're gonna create a new age for DC. And by God, it worked. It revitalized comic shops. It made people pay more attention to comic books all over again. Comics are flying off the shelves. DC is seeing unprecedented praise. And on top of that, like normies that I told you, I was at a Gundam tournament with people who are goddamn weeaboos who saw a picture on my phone and asked me, oh my God, is that Absolute Batman? Are you reading it? The amount of attention I've seen from just one comic book, I've never seen in my whole life of reading. Ever. And this is an alternate universe book, guys.
It is, but it's the best thing I've read in a long time. So
I agree. Damn. You can't tell me shit about Scott Snyder.
The cross section from just like it's bleeding into the mainstream now with regular people.
Yeah,
it is. What more could you want?
Not a damn thing. Love this book. Love Scott Snyder. Shout out to the artist Jock. He always hooks up with Scott Snyder when things want to get spooky. For all my real comic heads out there, all the people that remember. Go ahead.
I was gonna say bring Jagoda back in the actual pages though, not just the cover. Let's get him in between those pages.
In between the sheets.
Yeah. I just want to shout out Jock because he drew on Scott's first book for Batman, which was Black Mirror or Dark Mirror. It was actually Dick Grayson as Batman doing a whole bunch of crazy shit. James Gordon Jr. was reintroduced, and he used some of those story beats to hop into New 52. It's like a whole Snyderverse, like a good one, that I'm experiencing right now. And all the stuff that I've read from when I was like 19 is spilling back into here, like metatextually and like actually. I fucking love it. Can't say enough about this.
Man, it's a great time to be a fan.
Isn't it? Whew.
Yeah.
Love you, Scott. I'm going to get this signed too. Next con he goes to. Oh, is he going to MegaCon? If he's going to MegaCon, I'm getting signed at MegaCon.
God, I hope it's Red Hood. You should ask him that.
I will ask him that. You fucking
Shit,
kidding me?
man. I wish
You
I
think
was
I'm not?
still in Jersey to go to Midtown Comics in New York and like
Oh
had
yeah,
it signed there.
they had a signing today. I saw that. I saw that.
With him?
Snyder.
Scott's not even putting in work. Yeah, he said it's a random pop up. Yeah, I'm gonna be signing books.
Generational run. Generational run.
Do you know? You know he doesn't have to do this, right? He's already like he'll never say it a lot, but he's already rich.
He's already the guy.
He's the guy. Like he doesn't have to do this. He's doing this for the love of the fucking game.
Love of the game. That's crazy.
All right, let's talk about people doing it for the love of the game.
Oh yeah, Ultimate Universe.
All right. We got one issue left, guys. Ultimate Spider-Man issue 23. I'm gonna keep it brief.
Just like the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, you're spitting. Listen, Peter finds out that Richard, his son, is going off basically to Kingpin's lair to do something with Felicia, the Black Cat. Otto Octavius is a dick. He should have told him earlier. He didn't, so he has to rush. He goes there and he runs into, let me pull this picture up. Bro runs into not only Kingpin, but your favorite demon, Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative and Kingpin create a truce real quick to beat Spider-Man's ass. I feel like they wouldn't do that, at least not Kingpin, because he's so bullheaded, but cool. I mean, we're rushing towards the end of the story. You got to get this shit done. Peter starts putting, foots to ass.
Damn.
Beautifully drawn by Chichetto here. And then Kingpin is like, not so fast, pussy.
Jesus.
Aided by the fact that Mr. Negative is controlling his body by giving him orders. Don't fight back. So he's really, like, Kingpin is really just beating the dog shit out of Spider-Man. And because this is like, getting close to the end of the story, it's very believable that, like, this nigga might die. I was a little tense reading this. I can't lie. I'm like, oh shit, like, he's taking more than a couple licks here. The back story B is the fact that Green Goblin and his like malformed wife are trying to take care of some other shit. And one of the rules of the world is here. That's Captain Britain.
I'm sorry, his what? What did you say?
Captain Britain. Oh, his malformed wife.
Malformed wife. Okay, that's what I thought you said. I was just curious.
For all you guys who forgot, his wife exploded. Nuked the field on that ass.
Yeah, okay.
All the Mysterios got blown up, and without really explaining to us, thank you, Ultimate Universe, they all combined back together, and 1/5 of the personality is also speaking to Harry, which is incredibly creepy, but we're here now. At the end of the issue, Spider-Man is still getting that ass whooped, but he gets up one more time, refusing the commands of Mr. Negative, and says, I'm just getting started. Too bad this shit is being concluded.
The irony of them putting that at the end of the book. I'm just getting started, actually.
About that.
Yeah. You can probably guess from my tone, this book was a little frustrating because there was parts of it that are incredible. I mean, truly, like there's parts of it, like him getting back up is an incredible Spider-Man moment that I wanted to see for a while. I love it. His son finding out that the stuff that makes up his Venom suit is also the same stuff that's like protecting whatever they're trying to pick up was also really cool because it put them in danger. Like there is no freebies in this issue. Like things are dire, and I love it when they write a hero in a corner that they have to write themselves out of. I love that. I truly do. Unfortunately, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I have two questions.
Go ahead. Let it rip.
One, when Mr. Negative puts on his clothes, do they then become negative, or does he have to find clothes that are already negative?
I think that he turns them negative when he turns his power on.
Got you. Okay, I was curious about that. Okay. And two, I like the concepts and the things that are happening, but it's frustrating, like you said, because this is almost over.
Yeah, it's almost over, and there's stuff that we need explained that we never get to sit with because of the month-to-month format.
Where's Superior Spider-Man? Didn't he get introduced last issue?
Well, of course he did, and he also has to stay behind because science. He's doing a thing where they're exposing Kingpin, like Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson, and he has to like man the signal or whatever, so to make sure that they do it correctly. The long and short of it.
He's the only one for that job, huh?
He couldn't leave instructions to nobody. They couldn't chat GPT it. They couldn't. No one else.
I mean, it is like, you know. I don't know.
Okay. Why introduce him if you weren't going to use him?
And they use him in the most minimalistic way. Like he's just been kind of like a bit of a foil. Like Richard going off without him, and then MJ being kind of pissed at him is like not enough for me.
Take the 1/5 of Mysterio and let them do that.
Yeah, it's some choices here, man. It's because of the month-to-month format. You can't let stories breathe. You can make this easily a 50-issue run.
Yeah.
There is so much stuff that they could talk about that they just won't because of how they're choosing to format this. But also, like the whole month-to-month thing doesn't matter because it turns out that issue 24 has been delayed until February, I believe.
What?
Yeah.
So not only did they stick us with this weird ass format, but when
they're not even sticking you through all the way. And on top of that, I read Ultimate Black Panther, and they definitely don't go month to month with that. Like right after the last issue ends, this issue begins.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Oh yeah, for sure, because like some crazy shit happened last issue. But like there was no point of even doing this. I mean, the concept just kind of ran away from them. It is what it is.
They lost the plot, all pun intended.
Yeah. I think it's very well written, and considering all the constraints of the story, like shout out to Hickman, but don't ever do that shit again. Like ever again. It hindered what could have been one of the greatest Spider-Man runs of all time. And I still think it's good, but it hurt it.
I feel like the end of Krakoa was like when the gorilla died in 2016 from Marvel. I feel like that was like the same energy, you know?
When the gorilla died in 2016, Harambe.
Harambe, yeah.
Rest in peace, my nigga Harambe.
The end of Krakoa was the Harambe of the Marvel universe.
Well, you know who wrote that, right?
Who?
Jonathan Hickman.
Hey, he's doing his best. I know for a fact he's doing his best. It's
Let
hard
me be specific. He wrote Inferno, which was like the spiritual end of what Krakoa was, because everyone got displaced from there, and then like a year and a half later, that shit ended. So Inferno is when his run ended, which was closer to the end of Krakoa proper. But remember what I said about a month or so ago, when it was rumored that this shit was ending.
Yeah,
I said, once Hickman says he's done, then niggas are going to be like, okay, I guess we're all done. Am I wrong so far? I don't know.
You're right.
Hickman's winding down his story, and everything else is just.
Everyone's like, all right, he's done. We're
done. So Marvel editorial, figure that out. Next time you get Hickman on a book, how are we going to end this? Like, we should really talk about that.
Yeah, I just don't understand because like Snyder over at DC is just blank check. They let him do whatever the fuck he want to do, and he's like, I'm here. I'm having a good time. I don't think Hickman is having a good time anymore.
I don't. Yeah, man, and I love Hickman. You know, I love Hickman. Like Secret Wars is the greatest comic book event of all time. Period. Bar none. But
until this shit ends, DCKO.
Secret, no. Yeah, I love DCKO. I read both of them. I love DCKO. Don't even start on DCKO. Secret Wars 2015. It was revolutionary. It's incredible.
It was. That's facts. It was.
But it does feel to me. He said it himself. He's not there to be like a story guy specifically. He's there to be an idea guy. Nigga, maybe you need to be both.
Snyder.
Snyder's definitely both.
Yeah.
Like, you setting stuff up is cool, but the way things are ending is leaving a bad taste in people's mouths.
Yeah. Because in terms of like X-Men stuff, the House and Powers of X was the greatest thing aside from the original Phoenix saga that we and original Days of Future Past that we had seen in X-Men in damn near 20 years.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
And then for it to end on a whimper is like because you got bored, I guess. Because you just
I don't know. We'll never. Well, no, I don't want to put that out there because we'll never know. He's being so cryptic and weird about it. The way he wanted to end it isn't the way that he did end it. He had to leave early. Cool, nigga. I asked him that. I asked what happened with X-Men at a New York Comic Con, and he visibly got really annoyed, like visibly. And he took a deep breath and like gave me a very professional like political answer. I was like, okay, nigga, I'll never bring this up ever again in life. I get it. You don't want to hear it. But whatever it is that he's contracted to do, he might want to put something else in the contract that gives him more time to finish it. Because just like any other business, comics is about what you've done for me lately.
Yeah.
If you keep giving us things that make us go, this feels a little rushed, it's going to stain your name eventually.
Yeah. I think a lot of comic creators don't think in terms of legacy, especially for the ones that do like monumental thing like Bendis. He did an amazing thing with Miles and he did some amazing stuff.
He did many amazing things.
But his legacy will be his failures. Because we talk about him is in that stupid ass Superman run now. Like that's it. And him going back to Marvel with his tail between his legs. Or the only time, but when we talk about Snyder, it's like, yo, generational run after generation. How do you have 5 generational runs in a lifetime?
But let me tell you, you know what's crazy? I have to agree with you. I was going to disagree with you, but then he said Snyder. It is about what you've done for me lately because niggas was kicking Snyder's back in with Death Metal. Niggas was kicking his back in. And that was after he gave us an incredible Batman run.
Yeah.
Niggas was kicking. So you're right. You're right. Listen, they're going to remember you for your failures. We'll get to the next topic in a second. But Tom Brady said, listen, they remember your Super Bowl losses way more than they remember your wins. I'm at a fucking Knicks game and Spike is goddamn putting his hand to his head like the helmet catch. And I've won like 4 Super Bowls since that loss to the Giants. Okay. It is what it is. So you're right. We'll remember you for your failures, and later on down the line, we'll look at your series as a creator in its totality. But like while you're in the game, we're gonna remember what you just most recently lost.
Yeah. Yikes.
Speaking of losing, what the fuck is going on with WB? And why did Netflix lose their ability to buy them?
Money. It's money. They got outbid by Paramount, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of you guys who don't know, it was supposed to be officially official that Netflix bought Warner Brothers, which is like, that's concerning, right? And then, out of nowhere,
love you, happy.
Paramount came out of nowhere and said, I'll do your 80 billion better and do 100. What the fuck?
Whoever gets it is not good for the industry at all. The problem with Netflix buying it is that their model is set for streaming. They want to do it's like Frankenstein was an amazing movie. It was a beautiful movie. It was only in theaters for like 2 weeks and then only on like 1,000 screens across the United States. So their mindset, they don't care about the art of filmmaking anymore. Their goal is to make content. And I don't want to call it stupid, but their goal is to make content to where you can split your attention and watch.
Yeah.
The goal is to make content to where you can look at your phone and they're explaining everything that's going on a screen for you to not have to look up from your phone. Like that's the model. And with them doing that, that takes away from people making movies that actually mean something. because their goal is just to make literal digital soup.
I wouldn't go that far, but you're an art guy, you're a movie guy, so
Did you watch Electric State?
I don't watch a lot of movies.
They made a movie called The Electric State, which is based off a beautiful graphic novel. The Russo brothers made it. And when I tell you it's ass, like it's literal doo-doo water. It's 2 hours, and they spent like upwards of like $50 or $100 million making this movie, probably 200, making this movie that was mostly green screen and also didn't follow the original like graphic novel or whatever. But it was also just bad. It was just bad. It was a bad movie. But the reason it was so bad is because they explained every single thing that happened every single time it happened as if it was made for you to listen to it like a podcast.
Interesting.
Which is crazy.
Because you can do that here at Dots and Lines on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Hey. But the long
shameless plug.
But the long and short of it is it's bad for industry. It's bad for movies in general, especially with theaters already dying. And their model is already anti-theater.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I will say, I would rather Netflix and Paramount.
Yes.
We don't need to get political on the show.
No.
I will say, objectively, there is definitely dealings between the head of Paramount and Trump. We saw what happened with that talk show where they took Homeboy off because he said something anti-Trump.
Yeah.
I really don't want expression and art to be super muzzled by the political party that's in power at the time. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's also they don't just get Warner Brothers, they get its subsidiaries. So Warner Brothers gets divided up into its individual pieces. One of those pieces is CNN, I believe.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
CNN is owned by Warner Brothers. Beyond that, though, I do feel like I'm scared if it goes to Netflix a little bit because Netflix is digital first, and I am a comic book collector. I don't want to make too much of a fuss about it because I feel like comic books, no matter what anyone says, comic books is it literally generates $1 billion a year. DC's portion of it probably generates like 350 billion a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they have bigger fish to fry. But if they affect the releases of things like this, I'd be concerned, man. I don't know. I don't know about a digital overlord with a print company.
Well, it depends on if they chop it up for parts or not, because it's Warner Brothers Discovery, so they may just buy parts of it, or they may buy half of it and then the other half go up for sale or whatever.
I feel like I'm pretty sure I was watching a video about this. Don't quote me, but if they buy Warner Brothers, I'm pretty sure they have to buy all of Warner Brothers Discovery, and maybe they'll sell parts of it later on, but that would take another period of time.
Sell it for scraps. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think, bro? We just yapping.
Netflix can do it justice, but I think like the conversion of it all, how long it's gonna take is gonna make it counterproductive to putting that much of a bag into it. Anything 80 or 100 billion is ridiculous. One, so, but like the fact that I was saying this today about the people who were kind of hyped that I said, hey, Absolute Batman 15 was coming out. And I said, hey man, like by the time this story is finished, I wouldn't like be surprised if they actually went through with that anime, and I can see it on Netflix, like to where as though like that will be how like if we had Batman the animated series, it would just be like that, but for Absolute, but like a newer audience, and I don't remember watching Batman animated series weekly. Like, yeah, but it was like Saturday night cartoons, but I didn't periodically follow one episode to another, if that makes sense. And the fact that we can do that with streaming now is just all in one go, or however you want to pace it. I think that's good for that type of resurgence of DC's, because I've always said me personally, I felt like DC always had the better animated films, or just the stories look better in animation, and then that's why Marvel is doing so good with live action. This is because the chokehold that DC, in my opinion, has with like animation, or just even just the comics, like anything that's illustration. I feel like DC has been one up on Marvel. So the
Yes.
purchase, I can get behind it, but like I said, I just want to know how long it's going to take to incorporate the subsidiaries into the actual Netflix. Like if it's going to take 3 or 4 years, then was it really worth it? Because these movies, as far as DCU goes, are still going to come out in theaters. So
Right.
if I, yeah, hopefully,
Yeah.
like Superman, just came out. We got the trailer for Woman of Tomorrow, just literally as the recording of this episode. So like, I hope they just don't mess up that of what they're trying to set up, because the pieces are there for it to actually thrive now. With the downfall of like how Marvel's movies are seen, like DC can really pick that up with these two. So
Mhm.
I just don't want it to get fucked up.
I do see a lot of what you're saying, and what I would hope is that they don't change the stories. But sometimes with DC animated movies, they have changed the story significantly, and
Yeah.
they like with Injustice. I don't know if you ever seen the Injustice movie, but it's bad. It's bad. It's like Thor. Have you seen the second Thor movie with the
Yes.
with the dark elf? Is that bad? It's one of
Yeah.
those. It's like it's bad.
It's tough.
But that's because they changed key elements to the story and tried to like smush it into like a 2-hour window. But then there's things like Justice League War. Great, phenomenal. I love that story.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Them Team Titan movies are fire. I ain't gonna
Oh
hold
yeah,
you.
the Teen Time movies are so good. And then at the end of the previous DC run, when they changed the animation style because the universe got rebooted, beautiful. Movies aren't that great, but like it's still a great like thing to do. But I do hope that whatever decision that is made is at least somewhat good for the industry,
I
because that's
just want,
good stuff.
yeah, we have to be objective too. Mergers are never good for any industry because thousands of people are going to lose jobs. Jobs will become redundant because combining two positions into one is
Yeah,
it's never good for an industry when two giants combine or one eats another one.
yeah,
So I feel sorry for all the people that are about to be out of jobs and the people that will be overworked because of this.
yeah.
That
But
part right there. That-
Anime sweatshop.
yeah, for sure. But also, I do want to make note that Paramount, I don't know what films they've come out with this year. To me, and maybe I don't know. I'm not an industry insider. This is all part of the gobbling up of IPs so they can try to run the market. So we have no choice but to deal with Paramount. So we have no choice but to deal with Netflix. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
the only companies that really own like legacy IP now are Universal, because they still own all the monsters. And yeah, because they still own all the monsters, and Warner Brothers because they control DC and all that, and Marvel and Disney because they own Marvel, Hulu,
Mm.
and the Alien franchise and the Predator franchise.
You say
Well,
monsters,
we're
you
gonna
mean like Frankenstein and like Dracula and shit?
yeah.
They're
Okay.
still owned by Universal, yeah. Frankenstein, Dracula, Swamp Thing, the Mummy.
That is a
Yeah,
lineup.
it is a they. Did you ever hear about the Dark Universe?
Nah,
We can
that's
talk about it. We'll talk about it another day. We'll talk about that another day.
5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds.
Okay.
So they tried to reboot the Universal monsters
yeah.
and make them into a shared universe like the Marvel universe. But the first movie that they put out was the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise, and it bombed so hard that it killed the universe idea.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't think the Mummy would go in that because that's way more newer than all the other names.
Mm-mm.
No, the
The Mummy's like
Mummy's an old story. Oh, okay, okay,
Legacy, yeah,
okay.
all of them old.
Oh, on them old things.
Automotive.
Listen, we're gonna keep monitoring this because as a DC guy, I'm concerned for Warner Brothers, but they're definitely going to be sold sooner than later. So we'll see who is the winner. It's basically like art imitating life, DCKO type shit.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Listen, let's talk about recommendations. What we got going on?
My recommendation this week is Gachiakuta.
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 I felt like there was more but I forgot because that was the first thing that I watched. So I kind of there were a lot of points in that episode.
Boy, when she got erased, I was like, oh,
that was concerning.
She got dissolved
like a black hole.
And the fact that they saw it as well,
means
that I literally had to Google Watchmen front. I wanted more information, and there's no more information.
Nope.
I'm excited to see what happens.
I'm gonna go ahead and this is a Netflix plug. Recommend Record of Ragnarok season 3. I know it's out. I'm gonna definitely go ahead and tune in because it's gods fighting. Why not? Why the fuck not? Just get to it.
Read the manga.
Say less.
It's so good.
Yes, given to your streaming overlords. Was there ever a goddamn doubt?
No, there was not.
Absolute Batman issue 15. Read this issue. I know that comic book shops were selling out of them immediately. I had this on my pull list. Sorry, I can't tell you where to get them. Hopefully they're online for a decent price. Or just read it online.
DC Infinite Ultra. Go ahead and get that. Yeah, I mean, even if it's a month late, you still got it.
Absolutely.
Got it.
All right. That was another grand episode of Dots and Lines, people. Thank you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and be nice to each other. Read some good books. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We enjoyed making it. Okay, bye.
Be nice.
Did you just...
Yes, I did.
This thing's iPad's about